Hi everybody, this is Beth McCullough. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Des Moines, Iowa. I do live videos every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Central with my sweet husband, Steve.
Hi everybody.
How are you doing tonight, hon?
You know, I'm doing well, but I'm sleepy. I'm tired.
A little sleepy. What time did you get up?
I got up at 4 a.m. and made my way over to our son and daughter-in-law's house because they were really sleepy and said I could come watch James for a little while.
Wow. Anything for a little extra grandpa time.
Well, here's the thing. You know, we've got two grandmas, a grandpa, a sister, and other assorted relatives in town.
So sometimes you need to take the time slot that's less popular.
I have found the perfect time slot. I take the 4 to 6:30 shift, and then I get James all to myself.
Yep, I am not competing with him, although I woke up at 4 when he left, so I'm a little sleepy too. And then he came home and decided it was a great idea for us to go for our hour-long walk in the rain. I texted him and said, it's raining, so we can't walk. And he's like, oh, sure we can. So
we have raincoats,
yeah,
and umbrellas.
I thought I would melt. But
well, she is very sweet, but
I did not melt.
So the worst part was we managed to get most of the way done, and I started bragging about, now wasn't this a good idea? And then it hit me, what if it like starts lightning and thundering?
Well, and then his umbrella kept going inside out. But anyway, Patty, Karen, Shirley, Bridget, Kathy, Tony, Holly, you guys are awesome. Thank you for being here tonight. Isn't this card fun? So we made a card similar to this last week. Everyone who is part of Stamping Joy Club, which on here already is Patty, Bridget, and Kathy.
And Linda Lace.
Hello, Linda Lace. So we made this card last week, but the measurements were just harder. So I reinvented it with easy measurements, so stick around and I will show you how to make this. So tonight, for Stamping Joy Club, which we do the hour before we get on here, this is the card we made tonight. And it's a fun fold also, and it opens like this. I don't know if you can see it in the pretty in pink, but this was a super fun card to make
That
tonight.
is cool.
Yeah. Here's another card that I made this week. I have been into the in colors. This is Petunia Pop, pretty in pink. And now tonight we're using Peach Pie, we're using Shy Shamrock, and Pretty in Pink. How many of you had Pretty in Pink from when it was a color before? I have to admit, I had my whole file folder ready for Pretty in Pink, so I had it. Hey Steve, do you have some graphics you want to show?
I do. I always like to show graphics.
I am doing product shares. Hello, Becky. So glad you guys are here tonight. Hi, Jean. I am about to sell out of the product shares. So if you want one, get one now. It is $130. I do the DSP. Mine are 6x12 instead of 6x6. 6x6 isn't enough DSP for me. So if the DSP comes in 12x12, you get a half a sheet of the DSP. If it's 6x6, you get the 6x6. Of the specialty paper, you do get a 6x6. You get all the ribbon and all the new ribbon, all the new embellishments, all the new DSP. Anything that was already an online exclusive or in a past catalog is not part of it. But you also get the paper packs, and a lot of people don't include those. So I will tell you, mine is the best value that I have found because I even give part of the discount. So the In Color 2024-26 Designer Series paper. Steve, I am going to need my own pack of this because I've been making all these cards with it. But generally, a quarter of the package is all I need. And that's what comes in the shares. So
she really likes the in colors.
They're beautiful. They are bright and happy, which is the kind of cards I like. Hello, Orly. Glad you're here tonight.
Hey, while we're here, do you want to go ahead and talk about Joy Club for a minute?
Joy Club. Joy Club is awesome. We would love to have you join us. And we meet every week for an hour and do a Zoom call and make a card. We chat and craft, and it's super fun. We also do things like the sampler. I think a lot of you saw the sampler. We're getting ready to do the summer sampler, so go ahead and join so you can be part of that. And in May, we're playing bingo for prizes, so that will be super fun.
Lots
as well.
of amazing content on there too.
Yes.
Videos and PDF tutorials. It's good stuff.
Okay. Who is ready to get this started? Do you have any questions for anyone tonight?
Do I have questions? For
Yes.
anyone?
What would you like them to put in the comments? Replay. If you're watching on replay, thank you for watching later. If you want to catch us live, it's Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central.
Will the WNBA now be more popular, now that Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese are in the league?
I think you know the answer to that, don't you?
I'm going to start watching, so that tells you something.
Yeah.
I've never watched it before.
So again, the colors we're using tonight are all new in colors: Peach Pie, Shy Shamrock, and Pretty in Pink. You know, someone asked me if I would do a color club where you get all the markers and blends and cardstock. If you're interested in that, would you let me know? I have not done that in the past. I am using a new stamp set tonight. It's in the brand new catalog. Hearts and Hugs. Is this not cute? And what is this guy? Okay, we have a mouse, walrus. What are these? Tell me the names of these, Steve.
Those are possums, maybe?
Are they? What do you guys think this is? Please put that in the comment. And then what is this?
That's a guinea pig.
A guinea pig. How many guinea pigs did you grow up with?
Lots of guinea pigs. Well, we started out with just one. We didn't know she was pregnant, and it all took off from there.
Oh my goodness. So can I say their house smelled like a guinea pig?
Well, Beth has a very sensitive nose.
I don't. I have a normal nose. It's not sensitive. Who said this is? Tony said this is badgers. Yes, badgers and
yeah.
guinea pigs.
Except, you know, here's the thing. Badgers are not anything.
You want to talk about bachelors tonight?
I don't know where that came from. But badgers are not cute and cuddly. They are vicious animals. And so I can't believe they're cute and cuddly on the stamp.
Her husband had 120 guinea pigs in England growing up. Okay, that's even
never
more
had
than
that
Steve
many.
had, okay?
We may have gotten up to 25 at one point.
Tony, I think your husband's family was a guinea pig hoarder, maybe, because you had, 30, maybe?
You know, they say that rabbits multiply quickly. Guinea pigs, yeah.
Whether you want them to or not.
Yep.
Okay, here is an embossing folder. I want to show you how big this is. Here is a normal size card base. Look how big it is, you guys. It's amazing. When it came in the box, I was at On Stage in Houston. They didn't tell us that the embossing folders, some of them are very large. But this dotted circles, oh my goodness, on the card we're making tonight, look at the dimension of that. It is amazing. That's my pro tip for tonight. Get the dotted circles 3D embossing folder. For customers, it goes live May 1st.
It's pretty cool.
So, Prize Patrol. Have you talked about that, Steve?
No, but I'm going to start the banner right now. To remind everybody, type hashtag Prize Patrol in the comments, all one word smashed together, and then you will be
smashed together. That's our technical term.
Yep.
We want you to smash it together.
Yep, it's a mashup.
Okay. So I am going to show you how to cut this card base, and like I said, I made it easier because I know some people prefer halves and quarters rather than eighths. So here's how I'm making it. It does turn in, it folds flat, and it is a square card. It's 5 1/4 by 5 1/4. So I did look up on Amazon. You can get some 5 1/2 square envelopes. There is extra postage for that, but you can just hand this beautiful card to someone. And I don't know. It's just super fun, but I'm going to make it easy, so stick around, okay? So here's my cardstock. It's 5 1/4 by 8 3/4. So I did only get one of these out of a piece of cardstock, but lots of scraps left over for everything else. Okay, so did you show that banner?
Oh, wait. I was sitting here spacing off.
Okay, there's lots of banners tonight.
You need me to be on the ball.
You get an extra prize if you can do all the banners.
Yep, I'm going to stop dozing off.
Here we are.
It's one of those, I'm asleep and standing up with my eyes open moments.
Okay, Keisha is here. Hello. And Shirley and Barb. Yay. Yes, Barb, you need the embossing folder. You really do.
Linda D is on now too.
Hello, Linda Donaldson. We're glad you're here. Okay. I was going to say one other
Okay.
thing. Oh, grandparents. A lot of you are grandparents. We've only been grandparents for 3 weeks. We need some grandparent advice. I think Steve helping at 4:30 in the morning is probably, being there whenever you're needed.
I like to go for the high value moments in terms of currying favor.
You do that with me and with them.
Yeah.
So what a smart guy you are. But if you have grandparent advice, let us know, because we're going to need some of that. Okay.
What's next?
And we have our piece of cardstock. We're putting the short side at the top in the trimmer, and the left edge of the cardstock. By the way, I think you've all seen this before, but put a 1/4 inch strip, if you have a Stampin' Up! Trimmer, mini glue dot it inside your arm so that you can read these measurements, because you're going to need that tonight. Okay? So in the trimmer, short side at the top, and don't be afraid of this. If you want, grab a piece of white cardstock or old, cheap cardstock and make a template. Here's one of my templates. I actually made a template with cardstock too, but I don't know where it is. It's around here somewhere.
Is this it?
Well, that's one, but I did it with DSP too. It doesn't matter. We'll just carry on. Short side is at the top.
Short size
Left
at the top.
edge is at 1 3/4. Left edge at 1 3/4. Now I'm going to take the cutting blade, which is the dark one, and I'm going to start at 1 3/4. So I'm looking on my yellow ruler over here and putting it down at 1 3/4, and I'm going to cut from 1 3/4 down to 5 1/4. There's only 2 cut lines on this. So now lift it up, move the left edge over to 3 1/2. So I'm lining it up at 3 1/2 right here. And then this time I am cutting it, I'm putting the trimmer down at 3 1/2 and cutting it to 7. Okay, so that's it. We have 2 cut lines, and they're parallel to each other, but one starts up here and one starts here.
They're staggered.
And they're the same length. Staggered, that's a good word for it. Elaine and Janice, we're glad you guys are here. Okay, now it just came out of the trimmer like this. I'm going to turn it over and then turn the bottom side up. I want it so the long side is at the top, and the cut that starts furthest to the left is on the left and on the top, okay? So we're putting it back in the trimmer, and this time the left edge is at 1 3/4 again. 1 3/4 right here. Put the cutting blade away, no more cutting, okay? So we're gonna score, and we're gonna score from the very top just down to that first cut line, which is at 1 3/4. So I scored it from here to here. Now I'm going to take it and I'm going to move the left edge over to 3 1/2. And we're going to use the scoring blade again. And this time we're going from the half all the way down to 3 1/2, which is the second cut line. So from the top of the paper through one cut line down to the second cut line at 3 1/2. If you have any questions, stop me. Leave a comment and Steve will let me know. So we have a score line from here to here, and the second one is all the way down to the second cut line. Now we're going to move the left edge over one more time. I promise after you make this, it's not hard. The left edge goes to 5 1/4. This time we're moving up in 1 3/4 inch increments. At 5 1/4, you're going to start at 1 3/4, and you're going to go to the bottom of the card. So we're starting at the top cut line, going all the way to the bottom of the card. So do you see what we did? Score line 1, score line 2, score line 3. We're moving down the card. Now we're going to move this left edge over to 7 inches. And at 7 inches, we're going to start at 3.5, which is this bottom cut line, and go to the bottom of the card. That's all there is. Yay! Did everyone get that? Bridget,
It's kind of symmetrical. You're kind of doing stair steps.
I am doing symmetrical. So now you're going to take your bone folder and you're going to score, you're going to burnish all the lines. And this is what you get. So we have mountain, valley on the top row, and then we have mountain, valley. This will help you after you do it, mountain, valley. So they all come over, and then we can take the bone folder, and you can see this makes a perfect card that is a square at 5 1/4. Yay!
Okay, so now here's real trivia for you. How many of you watched the Western called The Big Valley? Here you go. We'll see if anybody remembers that.
Was that back in the day?
It was back in the day.
Okay, so now I went into all the DSP that I used on this card is from the new In Color DSP paper packet. So I used the Pretty in Pink and the Peach Pie. I love these. It's hard to see. Little circles, but use whatever you want, okay? But if you notice on my card, these inside steps are all the Pretty in Pink, and the other 4 are the Peach Pie. So maybe I should leave this here so you can see it. I don't know if there's room though. We'll show you.
Kathy was a Big Valley fan. Woohoo! Now, what was the name of the family? It was about a family that owned a ranch.
Lee Major.
Well, Lee Majors was one of
the
the
actor.
actors. Yeah, he was also the $6 Million Man, by the way.
I think that's where I knew him from, was
Yep.
the $6 Million Man. I don't think I watched Big Valley, Steve.
Well, if you were ever over at our college apartment, it was probably on the TV.
You watched it in college?
We binge watched it.
Was it old shows?
Yeah. Are we to Shy Shamrock yet?
We are not to Shy Shamrock.
Okay, I'm turning it off then.
Okay, go back to the squares.
I'm at the squares.
Okay, we're cutting 7 DSP squares. 3 of one and 4 of the other. I have 3 Peach Pie. And we're going to put them in the center of the squares. So I'm going to go ahead and put adhesive on all 4 of these Peach Pie squares. And then I'm going to do the Pretty in Pink. And if you want, Steve, you can take a breath and tell a story if you want.
Well, right now, on my phone, I'm looking up the Big Valley because I have to remember the name of the family. Barbara Stanwyck was in it. That's absolutely correct. And
Tony says the Barkley family.
the Barkleys, yes.
Tony, you have known all the trivia tonight. You knew Badgers, you knew the Barkley family. I thought you had someplace to be tonight.
Yeah.
I'm glad you could join us. Bev is usually here too. She went to an HOA meeting, and Steve's like, "Well, why is she doing that? She needs to be here."
Yeah. Why would anyone choose? Apparently, there's a big controversy or something that she has to make sure that she gets her.
cares about.
Yeah, she got to get her 2 cents worth in.
But Bev, when you watch this later, say hi. Everyone watching replay, put in the comments replay. And if you like our videos, if you would like and share them, we'd really appreciate it. So if you had this, you would be able to tell where the squares go. It's obvious how to center these on the squares. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the 3 Pretty in Pink squares.
Okay, I'm looking
Richard
at
Long, another guy with long hair, Janice says.
the Big Valley. Okay, I'm looking it up now. We'll know who this is.
They thought they were coming to make a card, and they get to learn Big Valley trivia.
There were. There's photos. Top cast. Richard Long had dark hair.
Somebody said that
B
already.
majors. Linda Evans was on there too. Barbara Stanwyck. Those are the ones that were the bigger names. But yeah, and it was a good Western. It was, about a ranch family, and they were trying to make sure their ranch got passed down. And
See how on the stair steps, all 3 of the stair steps have the pretty in pink, and then the other 4 spots have the peach pie. Okay, now we're going to go back to the shamrock, Steve.
Okay.
We're doing shy shamrock.
I can go to Shy Shamrock.
And these squares are 3 1/4 squares. And again, you center it in the square in the 2 corners. And just go ahead and glue it on. What are we laughing about?
Patty is wondering, why did I start talking about this show? Well, it's because you were doing Mountain Valley, and I kept hearing Valley, and it made me think of the Big Valley.
Okay, Patty, let me tell you something. You never know. We don't talk about this in advance. It's like scary. What pops into our head, it just spews out, right, Steve?
Right. Look, people, they're with me on this. So it was kind of like an alternative Bonanza. Everybody watched Bonanza.
Okay, I know about Bonanza, but not Big Valley.
Right.
Okay, so I'm centering these also. So those of you in Joy Club, do you think these measurements are easier than what we did last week? I hope you do. Oh, something I have to tell you. We do these with StreamYard. So we don't see your comments unless you give StreamYard permission. Facebook is making it so you can't use StreamYard. So I think next week, or maybe not even next week, maybe it's the 22nd. This may be the last night we're on Facebook because you're going to have to go to YouTube. And if you go to my blog, I have a thing that shows you how to subscribe. Or if you just go on YouTube and search for Stamping Mom, I would love it if you would subscribe. It will notify you then when we're going live. But it's not anything we're doing, but Facebook is kicking StreamYard off. And that's how all our video stuff works. So possibly as soon as next week, we will not be on Facebook. So, okay. What's the next measurement, Steve?
Next measurement is peach pie.
Peach pie.
3 by 3.
So we're just layering this by quarters. And you could do either one. You could put little cards on both, but I don't usually have enough to write to fill 2. So I'm just going to put a design on this front one. For the back one, I did, go ahead to the next one, 6 inches by 3 inches. And it's scored in half. So it ends up being a 3-inch card, but it's going to open up.
So peach pie?
Peach pie.
Peach pie makes me think of Ragbri. Ragbri is the bike ride across Iowa. We usually go for a couple days every year. And it's like we have a scavenger hunt list of all the things we're looking for. But one of the most important is pie. And we want to find the real large crust pie. So we usually go to the local church that's having the bake sale.
Do you know anyone who makes lard crust pie?
Yes, my wife has learned how to make lard crust pie.
You know why I started? I used to make Crisco crust pie. That's my dear friend Donna, who taught me how to do it, taught me with Crisco. My dad's like, can you please make it with lard? So I always make it with lard for my dad.
And it is very crispy and flaky. It's wonderful. People love her pies.
Okay, so we're back to Pretty in Pink, Steve. Okay. And we're doing the 2 3/4 inch squares. So I cut my square, and then what I did is I centered it in this huge dotted circles embossing folder and ran it through because I wanted the circles in the center. I just thought it looked better. But look how deep they are. This is a great embossing folder.
So I have a question. I just don't see peach pie that often. Is it hard to make, or are the peaches hard to get? Do they have to be in season? Why is it that people don't make more peach pies?
Hello, Jan.
Because they're Janice's favorite too, not just mine.
Ask our friends, why is there not that many peach pies? Peaches probably aren't in season very long in Iowa.
And so it must be better if it's fresh peaches.
Like we have apples. We have lots of apples in Iowa, so we do lots of apple pie. I love peach pie too, Janice. But, you know, we're not from Georgia. So I bet in Georgia the most common fruit pie is peach, don't you think?
Yeah. They actually grow a lot of peaches in Missouri, too.
Well, I do not know. You do, because these are so deep, you need to put maybe a little more adhesive on here and maybe hold it down for a minute. Now the dies are really great with this set. So the leaves and grass is one die. Let me see if it's in here. Yeah, this is the die that I used to cut out the green one. Now I forgot what it's called already. What's it called? It's called Shy Shamrock. So that's what I use for that. And then there's, what are we laughing at?
Keisha's just putting it out there. She's saying there's not as many peach pies because apple pie is better.
You know, my son, Keisha, for his birthday, always wants an apple pie. Ryan, who's the new father of James. So in November for his birthday, I make him apple pie.
Yeah, warm apple pie with ice cream.
Oh, Kathy says Colorado peaches are the best.
Yes. Colorado has awesome peaches.
When is peach season in Colorado, Kathy? I would like to know that. Oh, Holly's on. Hi, Holly. Her husband loves peach pie. So then these flowers also come from this set. So there's cute hearts and flowers. It also cuts out the animals. And then this is a super cute die from here too. An arch of hearts. Who doesn't like that, right? So I'm going to go ahead. I put mini Stampin' Dimensionals here. And I'm going to add my flowers. And I'm going to put iridescent pearl basic jewels in the center. Hey, I have a job for you too, Steve.
Yes.
See this sending birthday hugs? That is in the set. And then there's a die, but it's really long. And I thought it would be too long for this card, so I wanted to show you what I did. I got my Shy Shamrock, and I did Versamark, put on the white embossing powder, heated it, and then I cut out where I wanted it to be on the right-hand side. Now to make it shorter, so here's what I have. Now I'm going to line it up to where I want the banner to end. And I'm going to make sure it's in between the cut lines on the bottom. And then Steve, if you can very carefully make sure it's still in the cut lines. And could you die cut that for me? Thank you. So I'm going to take off these mini Stampin' Dimensional. I just try to do things ahead of time. We try to get you out of here so you don't have to take more time than you want to, because we love it when you come and join us. Okay, so I'm going to do the flowers, and these are the bigger flowers, and I'm just putting them up on the mini Stampin' Dimensionals. Did you have success? Should we
I don't know.
cheer
I
for
have
Steve?
not unveiled it yet.
Okay, let's look. So see how he did that? Now we're going to take it out. Look at that. You are amazing, my dear.
Yay!
So I like it that they made the banner long. And if you look at this, so it's there. This is funny. It's like, it's not, I was going to say it's a pun. It's not a pun, but the banner is long, so it's there when you need it. Ha, ha, ha. That's what the sentiment says. But when you want to send birthday hugs, or I could just hug you, or sending a big hug or thanks, just make it smaller like I just did. But the big size is so it's there when you need it. Is that funny? It's funny to me. Do you guys get what I'm saying? That's what the sentiment says. That's why the banner is so big. But anyway.
So do we have one more? I think we have one more measurement. It's the white sentiment layer.
I'm not there yet.
Okay. I'm not hurrying you or anything.
I have the flowers on here. I'm going to put these pretty pearls. I liked how the white was kind of like these white circles.
We are at 29 and a half minutes.
Okay, I'm hurrying. Hello, DeWorth. We're glad you're here. We love hearing where everyone's from. Do you have any other questions, Steve?
Well, I have to admit, I've been talking about pie so much, I'm really hungry now.
You're hungry?
Yes.
Okay. So we can do the inside. You want to get rid of the rest of yours, don't you? The inside of the sentiment, inside this card, is basic white again, and it's 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. And I'm going to take the Pretty in Pink, and I just stamped hearts, and it's 3 hearts, but I just stamped 3 sets of it, but I thought it looked cool.
So our daughter is coming home this weekend with the specific goal of making a birthday cake for her mother, whose birthday is later this month.
The end of next week, I turn 60, and
It's a big one.
Our daughter is making a cake.
She's making a homemade carrot cake with cream cheese frosting.
That is all I'm putting in the center, so there's room. By the way, I have to color something too, Steve.
Ooh, Kathy's husband makes strawberry rhubarb pie.
Oh, our rhubarb. We love rhubarb pie. I don't know that I've done strawberry rhubarb, but I really should.
But we make lots of things with the rhubarb
strawberry and rhubarbs.
Yeah.
Rhubarb.
Well, no, it's rhubarbs now because there's 4 different plants growing out there.
We have 4 hills going. Hello, Melissa. Thanks for joining us. Okay, so this guinea pig is going to get some color. It's getting Pretty in Pink and light and dark gray granite. So, Steve, I'm going to color this quick. Then we're going to pop it up. So stick around. We are doing Prize Patrol, and we are just a few moments away.
So I forgot what it was like to have a newborn. And we have been having so much fun with our new grandson. But they're just little miracles. He came out and he was helpless and wasn't able to hold his head up, so he had to be really careful, supporting his head and everything. That little rascal, after 3 weeks, is already now strong enough that he's moving his head around and arching his back, and it's amazing how quickly they start to get stronger and able to do things. So yeah, and it's also amazing how you notice that, and because they pretty much don't do anything, and when they start doing anything, then you're like, wow, I've noticed that they're doing something. So the first time I sang to him, I think he smiled. Everybody else said no, babies can't smile. I think he really smiled.
What do you guys think in the comments? Can babies smile when he was about a week old?
It might have just been gas, and he was making a face, but it was perfectly timed. And he also got really calm all of a sudden when he heard me singing. So, yeah.
I love to hear you sing too.
Well,
Steve has now written 9 different songs, and he's going to find some musicians to sing and play. Well, are you the only singer?
Well, the songs are all like trad music, Irish trad music, 6/8 time. It's really popular right now.
Kathy Walton appreciates that.
On Christian radio, 4 of the most popular songs right now are 6/8 time, like Irish rhythm songs, and so it's nice to know I'm not the only one that likes that genre.
Hello, Elaine. We're glad you're here. Hi. Hello. Oh, I've already said hi to everyone else, I think. Okay. Mm-hmm. So I did Pretty in Pink, eyes, ears, nose, hands and feet, and then I did the dark gray granite around the edges. I'm going to blend that in, and I'm also going to cover his hands and feet with gray now. I just thought it was fun to, have it be a different color. Well, truth be told, I debated. Are there hands and feet? Did your guinea pigs have hands and feet, Steve?
Yes, of course they did. How do you think they walked around? They couldn't walk around if they didn't have hands or feet.
Okay, so what color were the hands and feet?
Well, the bottom of them were pink.
So it's okay that they're pinkish gray then.
Right. That's about right.
Is this the light one? Yeah, so now I'm doing the light gray granite and trying to blend that in.
I like the little critters dies too. They managed to build a lot of character into those animals. to bring people joy.
Yeah, this set is all about love and hugs. And, you know, when I first saw it, I was like, oh, do I need another animal set? But I've got to say, out of the sets I have so far, I've used this one the most. So I really do like it. And I think you like it too, don't you, Steve?
Yep. So, you know, we are so in love and marveling at our one grandchild, and Tony just said she has 26 grandkids.
Oh my goodness.
Could you imagine?
We will never, you know, Steve and I love kids and babies. We would love to have 26, but that is not in the cards for us.
I think we told you the story that once we ended up with 9 kids at our church camp, at family camp, that we were responsible for, and that was a lot of fun. But luckily, the older siblings were really good about helping take care of the younger siblings, so it all worked out. We didn't lose anybody in the lake.
You know, I thought of another question for you guys. We actually need some help with this. We are going to Italy, and we're going to be gone for 2 weeks. We'll do our videos ahead of time. We're going to be here live next week, but then they'll be recorded the 2 weeks after that. Whoops. And if you have any tips, can you tell them which places we're going in Italy? We can't really change that now, but if there's a restaurant or a place to go visit, a tourist site, or something we should, I don't think we're going to buy a lot there because we're carrying on. But if there's something we need to do or see, please let us know. Because the only time we've been out of the country is when we went to Ireland. And so this is our first trip out with a different language. Although we are renting a car in Tuscany for a couple weeks.
Not a couple weeks, couple days.
A couple weeks. 4 or 5 days.
That was Freudian. You want to be there a couple weeks. I know you do. But yeah.
Our grandbaby's name, Keisha, is James. And, oh, good point, Janice. Stamp Camp. I should talk about Stamp Camp. For Stamp Camp, I don't have the dates in front of me.
Do you have them on a banner?
I have them right here. Stamp Camp is June 14th and 15th. And it is the Country Birdhouse bundle, the embossing folder, the ribbon, the DSP, the first DSP with the wood. And if you buy that, you get card kits. You get the whole weekend of fun. It's recorded. You can watch it later. Stamp Camp is amazing. And if you let me know, we can reserve it and you can purchase it May 1st. If you've already bought the Country Birdhouse because you're a demo, you just purchase, the total of those things is $86.75. If you purchase that from me with my host code, you can buy anything you want, but you do need those products to do the Stamp Camp. But the Stamp Camp is totally free after that. So even if you're a demo, what you're missing on your 20 or 25% is we would probably charge just $75 for the Stamp Camp without any supplies. So it is a great deal. You are getting a ton of stuff, and Janice loves it. There's lots of people on here who love it. Mary Harris is here. Yay. She made it home from church.
Have we gotten to the inside of the card yet?
Yeah. We are just about at the end.
Okay, because that was 2 3/4 by 2 3/4.
Yep.
Basic white.
Where were you when we did that, honey?
You
were off in Tuscany.
I was thinking about Italy.
So I put the little guinea pig on here. This is a peach pie heart. It doesn't show up super well, so I put a little pearl on it. And then the sweet banner that Steve made. I'm going to pop that up and put it on. And then we are ready for Prize Patrol.
All right.
But yeah, if you got on late, I also talked about my product shares. If you want a product share, mine are very economical, and I am only selling a few more. So let me know.
Okay, if you haven't already done so, if you want to be in the drawing, please enter #Prize Patrol in the comments.
Okay, here are our cards. Steve did tell me to make the second one a different color, but I went ahead and made it the same.
Because you really like
Because
those
I
colors.
really like it. I hope you guys like it too. Let me know if you like this card. Okay, what to do. This is 5 1/4. You can buy 5 1/2 square inch envelopes on Amazon. Steve has a link that I can put on my blog. And we could also make an envelope. So I'm glad that you guys like this. Thank you so much.
Okay, so let's give it away.
Can you send an invoice? Do you want a PayPal invoice, Janice? I'm sending PayPal invoices tomorrow morning for, yes. So if you want a PayPal invoice, tomorrow morning.
Okay, here we go.
Good luck, everyone.
And the winner is Gian.
Yay. Go ahead and email me, Beth at stampingmom.com, and remind me of your mailing address, and I will get that in the mail to you. So I need to purchase my square envelope, so it'll probably be next week when I send that, because I don't have the envelopes yet, but I did find them. So lots of fun cards here that we're making with the new in colors. You guys have a great week. Thanks for joining us. Please come back next week. Have a blessed week. Bye, everyone.
Bye.